Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Deo Gen Z, here for another Nintendo Radio Reviews. This time, I'm going to be reviewing The Conduit. For those of you who don't know, The Conduit is a new FPS that was put out on the Wii by High Voltage Software. A lot of hype has been surrounding this game, so let's find out if it's really all that. I'd like to split this video into two sections. I mean, it'll be one video, but just two sections. The first section, which I'll be discussing the single-player aspects, along with the technical aspects of the game, and then the second half, of course, being multiplayer and all the goodness there. So, let's get started. What you'll be doing, really, is going through, as far as single-player experience, the campaign mode. There is no co-op, so you won't be doing that. You won't be having a friend next to you. But let's talk about the single-player overall. Overall, it's pretty average. Not gonna lie, it is a pretty average story. You play Mr. Ford, and he has to stop the Drudge invasion, which the Drudge are just aliens. And along the way, you find all these government conspiracy theories and this, that, and the other thing. And there are a few twists on the way of the story. If you weren't following the game, you might be surprised. But if you were following, or even if you've played these types of games in the past, you'd be like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. But honestly, the single player was kind of just meh. But I don't fault High Voltage Software on this, and the reason for this being is the amazingness that is packed into this game. Alright, the single player mode took me about 6 or 7 hours, maybe 8 at the most, because I am going back and replaying it for bonus content, but it took me about that time. The first time I ran through, I didn't even mess with the controls, because once I get into it, there's an option where you basically customize your controls completely, from like your turning speed, running speed, to even your Wii dead zone. So first time out of the box, I just tried it that way, and the controls they give you are not that bad. Now, if they were kept that way, there'd be a lot more complaints, and this review wouldn't be as good as it is. But what High Voltage Software has included, and this is kind of something that alleviates the pain off the single-player campaign, and why I'm not faulting them on it so much, is the customization that you have for your controls. It is dead-on controls. I mean, the Conduit's not even using Wii Motion Plus, just so you have an indicator of how spot on they got the controls. You could change everything. Like I said, turning speed. You could change, like, if you want a sort of fuzzy screen to come up once you're reloading. I got rid of that personally. You can change all sorts of things, and it really gives you a one-on-one experience with the game, and it makes you feel like you're in the game as far as first-person shooter goes. Because I mean, you know, you take Metroid. That was a great first-person shooter. It's more of an action-adventure game, though. And the controls were okay. But honestly, imagine how good it would be if there was an option to customize all that. It'd be incredible. Now, the second thing, and the second reason I don't fault them for having such a shabby single-player campaign, is the engine that they made. They're not going off of something that's already out on the Wii. They made a completely new engine, built it from the ground up. It's called the Quantum Engine, and they put some amazing graphics on Wii. I mean, I know for all you PS3 and Xbox 360 fans out there, that doesn't mean much. But for people who only have a Wii, or just Wii owners or Wii fans, you're really going to notice this. I mean, even if you are a 360 or PS3 owner, you're going to notice the enhanced graphics on this. Particle effects, the shimmering. It's fantastic. And who knows what they'll do with the Quantum Engine besides making games for the Wii. Maybe they'll like rent it out to other people, other developers. That'd be great, but who knows? And also, it's pretty apparent that there's going to be a second Conduit. So, although this game was just getting up from basic structure, the Conduit 2 is most likely going to have a better story. Now, that's not to say that this story is bad, but it's just very similar to others. But if you're into government conspiracies or taking down aliens, you know, it's your cup of tea. Honestly, anybody who has a Wii at this point, you should really consider getting this. Of course, unless you have other systems such as PS3 or 360, in which first-person shooters come second nature.